Right, Matt, are we in frame? Are we in frame?
I think so.
Are you taller than me?
Might be.
Well, that's not fair. Great panel session
Thank you.
there. Just give us the highlights from your perspective.
I think for me, it was just being up there with people with totally different perspectives. Obviously, Elizabeth has worked with everyone from the King through to working with different...
Haven't you worked with the King?
No.
Right, you're off.
Through to James from Cook, talking about actually where the produce of farms goes,
Yep.
and then obviously being able to put a bit of data in about the fact that the employees and the people that make that produce impact the quality of that produce. So it was just good just to mix up ideas.
Just explain to everyone what you do.
Yeah, okay. So the Happiness Index is an employee engagement and happiness platform.
Yeah.
So organisations over 100 employees use it to track how their employees feel. And long story short, if your employees feel happier, they perform better at work.
Yeah. And why do you think you're any good dictating to the agricultural sector, please?
I don't think I am. I am not here
You
to
are?
dictate.
No, come on. You know we're playing to the audience.
No,
What's your background?
For me, so I grew up on a farm. Yeah. I still work on a farm. And actually it is a good point, a good question around dictating, because I don't think anyone ever in any industry should dictate. You should just come and share your ideas and try and listen to people that have polar opposite ideas. It doesn't mean they're right or wrong, but at least you need to question your own thoughts.
Yeah, but what I think is brilliant having you on with our broadcast with the AHDB and you here today, this sector, it's not that we're unsophisticated, but we are behind other sectors. Look at what's going on within the oil industry. They've got so much money that they can invest in training and development and staff retention and whatever they need to hold on to their staff and attract people in. Yeah. We can't, but that's why it's really interesting having you on the panel today to give an insight. I could see so many of the delegates here just thinking on the back of what you were saying.
So part of that has to start by getting off the farm.
Yeah.
Whether that be for one day coming to an event like this, or whether that be going to see some other farmers in another area, because you can't start to get people interested in the sector if you're just on your farm. I did a poll before I came here of all my corporate contacts, and I just asked the question, would you consider a career in farming? 50% no, 50% yes. So that's interesting, isn't it? Because there are a lot of people that would want to get into farming, but I don't think we do a good job of talking about it. Like, it's one of the best careers in the world, but we only ever talk about the bad side of it. And I think there's so much that farming can bring to people, but people just don't know about it.
So we've all in the sector been involved in so many talking shops to try and promote the sector. With your 1 foot in farming and 1 foot in the corporate world, what would your advice be to farmers in the farming sector as to how we can promote the sector and get more people in?
I think, again, get off the farm and go and speak to people. That can be people in London who work in finance, that can be food producers, that can be like the people who are putting the food into the shops. We heard from Cook today, they've never put one product into any supermarket.
Yeah, £100 million turnover, not one product in the supermarket.
Yeah. So it's easy to sit back and go, the government are this, the supermarkets are this. Well done. But actually, there's opportunity out there, and there's people and organisations that have shown that you can do it differently. Social media gives people that opportunity to do that virtually, but you still can't beat getting your boots off and getting off the farm.
Talking of social media, how can we find out more about you? How can we engage with you?
So add me on LinkedIn, Matthew Phelan, Google the Happiness Index. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, all those things. Follow us, and if you send me a question, I will answer it for you.
You were going to take a big break off social media over the Christmas period. How did that work out for you?
Yeah, it was great. I do it all the time. When I go on holiday, at the weekends I turn my phone off. When I go on holiday, I've always put my phone off, and then I turn my phone off for the whole of like November, December, because I was writing a new book. So just switched it off, and honestly, when you've got your social media on, all the stuff's buzzing around. When you switch it off, what is important will marinate to the top, and then you'll be able to focus on what's important.
What's the new book?
It's called... So it's commissioned by a publisher called Wiley, and their creative team had like a massive conversation about what they should call it, loads of meetings, and they decided to call it the Happiness Index.
Boom!
Yeah. So it's going to be the data that we've collected on what makes people happy all around the world.
Excellent. Well done. Let's go enjoy the rest of it. Thank you very much. You're brilliant.
Thanks.
Bye.